Okay, so it's windy out. And when I say it's windy, I mean it's like insanely windy. Like, look at this flag here. Standing on end. I mean, freaking America, like, great. But got me wondering. It got me wondering about what it's like to fly this ultralight 4-inch. This guy right here is the Flywoo Explorer LR. It was I did a video about, actually I think it was my most recent video probably at this point. And it's awesome. It flies really well and it goes 18 minutes at a time. But my biggest question about it was, like, I want to take it to a mountain. Mountains are where I like to go long range. And in the mountains, it's often very, very windy. So I kind of have been wondering, does it actually fly in the wind? And what better of a day to test it than right now with all of this insane wind? So I don't know if it's going to be, you know, like the best performing quad in the world in the wind, because it is so light, but I've strapped to it a really heavy battery, and that's on purpose. This is the Outcast DroneWorks lithium ion high capacity, high discharge battery. This thing I believe is a 3 amp hour 4-cell battery, but it only weighs the same as like a 1600 4-cell. So you've got like double the capacity, which should give you a lot more time in the air. I think people have tested this drone out to like 28 minutes. Now I'm not gonna go for that long range flight test right now, or that time, because I'm going out over water, and I don't really wanna push my luck. This does have a GPS and GPS return to home in case something happens, but I wanna know ahead of time, you know, before I really try to send it like that, I wanna know like what my actual limits are. So I'm just gonna go out for some like medium range, test out how this does in the wind and see like how things compare. So let's get in the air and see what it's like. I just realized that I don't actually know what I can discharge a lithium ion battery to, so I'm gonna grab my phone and double check that information really quick. Okay, so a cursory Google shows 3.3 volts per cell, 3.2-ish is fine to discharge it to. So I'm going from 4.1 to 3.3. Let's get in the air. That lean. All right, let's take it for a ride. I wanted to figure out its home point. It's not doing it for me yet. This sailboat is my in-laws, so don't worry. All right, here we go. We're going for range now. So it's getting buffeted around quite a bit, but it's really doing all right, to be honest. If I go all the way across the lake straight to that other point there, it's exactly or it should be about a mile. So we'll know according to our GPS. I've got altitude on here. Trying to see. Gosh, voltage dips away so quick on this. Just cruising. I feel like I'm getting like lower than usual frame rate. 40 milliseconds, 43 milliseconds. I'm trying out these antennas for the first time too, which might be part of the problem. Video coming soon. Let's see, we're 500 meters out. We're only going 28 kilometers, 30. I'm trying to find a good balance, so it's really not liking pushing into the wind. You can see it just go, oh. But I'm riding right about half throttle. 82 meters. Still 45 milliseconds on latency. Getting some anger. Oh, no, now my transmission's back. Checking on my link quality back here, it's looking great. Oop. Getting a little sideways. So yeah, I've never actually gone all the way across this lake with the drone before, so this would be a first. Back off the throttle a little bit. Oop, we got a little high, I'll drop down. Still underneath 399 feet, but it's getting high. I gotta keep my head up for these antennas.
Hey, while he keeps flying, it's time for me to remind you to like, subscribe, and comment on this video.
Yeah, it's really getting rocked around up there. It's so windy. Yeah, but when I have my head up right, I'm still getting full bars all the way across. It says 1.6 kilometers. I feel like I'm further than that though. Holy cow. I'm having to add more throttle to make any progress. I'm sitting at 30 kilometers an hour right now. Coming back is going to be insane. Still got perfect video and perfect link quality. So this road is the opposite side of the lake. I thought that was a mile, so I might be wrong. I'll have to go back and look, but this is 1.9 kilometers. Oh no, kilometers is more than a mile. So this is just about 2 miles, no. More than 2 miles? No, less than a mile. Still less than a mile. 2 kilometers. We're at the other side. Look at that, we're all the way over there. Okay, now I say we start heading back. Still got decent reception, everything's good. 2 kilometers away. Stay at the same level of throttle that we were at, and now we're going 72 kilometers an hour. 84, 89. Oh my gosh, it's so much faster coming back. 100 kilometers an hour. Same level of throttle as on the way out. It's it's an insane difference. It's hauling. Zero throttle. Can we chase this bird? Let's see if we can get a decent looking shot of my in-laws in the boat in this wind. Dun, 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 dun. It is so windy. So like, yeah, I guess I could technically go out that far in the wind and make it happen, but it really, I wouldn't really want to do any like proximity flying with it at like this, just because it's so sketch. I don't know who's in this other sailboat, so I'm gonna leave them alone. Brrr, so fast. So, in conclusion, I guess it does technically fly in the wind. It really was buffeted around. I mean, any drone would be today. It's just absurd how windy it is. But, you know, like if I needed to take this and fly it to the top of a mountain, I'm not sure I'd get the best shot in the world, right? Because it's all over the place, to be honest. But I think that would be the case with pretty much any drone unless you can reel steady it. So like, there's something to be said about having a drone that can carry a GoPro that can be reel steadied so that you're not suffering in terms of your shot performance, even though it is windy outside or something like that. But yeah, it can definitely do the distance. It got all the way out there just fine. Oop. It just made me a little nervous along the way to see it just bounce around like that. But yeah, it plowed its way into the wind, and with this battery, like, there was no question that I would have enough to get out there and come back a little ways. So I don't know. What do you guys think about the test? Do you think that you would take this and send it into some really scary winds on top of a mountain, or would you maybe wait and fly something a little bit bigger? What are your thoughts? Anyway, I hope you learned something about long range flying and wind and all that stuff, and stay flying.